What happens when a man who ruled the waves disappears without a trace? Sunny Garcia wasn't just a surfer. He was a warrior of the ocean, a dominant force who redefined the sport with raw power and fearless aggression. From the sun-soaked shores of Hawaii to the global surfing stage, his name became synonymous with victory and resilience. But then, silence. A chilling, unexplainable absence. Today, we dive deep into the rise, fall, and haunting quiet surrounding the legend of Sunny Garcia. This isn't just a story about surfing. It's about struggle, survival, and the hidden battles that even champions fight behind closed doors. Stick around till the end, because you'll soon understand why silence can be the loudest scream of all. Coming up next, how a boy from Oahu became a surfing prodigy.
International player, him on the island warrior, yeah. International player.
Everything that I've had in my life I had to work for really hard, and have everything taken away.
Mind blinded, prepare for the vision in the now.
It takes to get there, and if I don't get there, I hope somebody else from Hawaii does. Before I retire, and I'm getting old.
Before the fame, before the titles, there was Maili, a tough neighborhood on the west side of Oahu. It's where Vincent Sunny Garcia found his escape, the ocean. At just 5 years old, he caught his first wave. By 16, he was a pro. Sunny's style wasn't polished. It was raw, explosive, and untamed. While others danced on waves, Sunny attacked them. His energy made judges pay attention and fans fall in love. Locals saw him as one of their own, making it big. For many, he represented hope, proof that you could rise, even from rough beginnings. By the late 80s, his name was echoing across the globe. Sponsors lined up, headlines followed. He was becoming not just a competitor, but a cultural icon. But no matter how high he rose, the shadows never stopped chasing him. Coming up, how Sunny dominated pro surfing like few ever have, and the records he left in his wake. The 1990s belonged to Sunny Garcia. He wasn't just winning, he was rewriting the playbook. His fearless drops and bone-crushing turns made even the gnarliest waves look tame. In 2000, it all came together when he claimed the ASP World title, becoming the first Hawaiian to do so since Derek Ho in 1993. But that was just one crown. Sunny conquered the prestigious Triple Crown of surfing a record 6 times. No one else had matched that kind of consistency on Hawaii's toughest waves. And if there was a WQS event, odds were Sunny was in the finals, often winning.
I believe that the Hawaiians are the best surfers in the world, and we proved that this winter. We won every single thing was won by a Hawaiian. Even the longboard, the shortboard, the 3 contests, the Triple Crown, the world title.
He racked up a record 22 WQS victories, a stat that still stands today. He wasn't just respected, he was feared. Competitors knew that if Sunny was in your heat, you were already fighting for second place. His presence in the lineup was intimidating, powerful, and unrelenting. Sunny made surfing look strong, masculine, and unbreakable. But behind the power, cracks were beginning to form. Up next, behind the glory, a hidden storm. The personal struggles Sunny never let the cameras see. Sunny wasn't just battling competitors, he was battling himself. For years, Sunny Garcia wore the mask of a champion, but behind it, he was quietly battling demons. Fame brought money, attention, and pressure. And for someone who grew up fighting for every inch, vulnerability wasn't part of the playbook. Sunny began to struggle with depression, a darkness he couldn't paddle away from. He described it later as feeling like he was drowning on dry land. In 2007, things took a turn. He was sentenced to federal prison for tax evasion. It was a shocking fall for a man who once stood atop the surfing world. But more than the legal hit, it was a personal spiral, a time he later admitted pushed him closer to the edge.
The whole prison thing,
The IRS is kind of a touchy situation because it wasn't like I wasn't trying to pay my taxes. I had hired somebody to do my bills and pay my taxes, to file and all that. My first CPA didn't do that. So the IRS came knocking on my door one day and they're like, you didn't pay, you haven't filed, you haven't done anything.
Sunny started speaking out about mental health, a bold move in a sport that often prizes toughness over honesty. He opened up on social media, sharing thoughts of anxiety, pain, and isolation. It was raw. It was real. And it helped thousands realize they weren't alone. His courage and vulnerability started important conversations, but few could guess how close he was to the brink.
The hard thing to deal with when you should be happy and you have no idea what's going on in your brain. It was just a thought, and more than wanting to actually end my life.
I'm afraid of losing my family. That's my biggest fear in life, is to lose, my kids, my grandkids, my wife,
If this story is hitting you like it hit us, take a second to subscribe. These aren't just stories, they're lifelines. Leave a comment if you met Sunny and what he means to you, or if you ever fought a silent battle or know someone who has and what helped. Next, the moment that stunned the surfing world, Sunny's 2019 suicide attempt and what happened after. April 2019. The news hit like a rogue wave. Sunny Garcia was found unresponsive in his Oregon home after a suicide attempt. The surfing world froze. How could someone so strong, so iconic, be in that kind of pain? He was rushed to a hospital in critical condition, placed on life support. For days, fans, friends, and fellow surfers flooded social media with prayers, memories, and disbelief. Sunny survived, but barely. He was transferred to a hospital in California for specialized treatment, then to a facility in Texas for rehabilitation. Updates became rare, filtered through family and close friends. The once vibrant public figure now existed mostly in silence. There were glimpses, a photo here, a hopeful message there. But the full story of Sunny's recovery remains deeply private. What we do know is that he's fighting, a new kind of fight, one far tougher than any wave he ever faced. And just like that, the world's loudest surfer went quiet. His silence speaks volumes. It's a stark reminder that even the mightiest warriors need help. And sometimes their loudest cries are the ones we never hear. Next up, how the surfing community rallied, turning tragedy into a global movement for mental health. The moment word spread about Sunny Garcia's condition, the surf community didn't just react, it mobilized. From world champs to Groms, everyone came together. Hashtags like Pray for Sunny and Sunny Strong flooded timelines. Surfers paddled out in emotional tribute sessions from Hawaii to Australia. Fundraisers were held to support his recovery and to amplify mental health awareness. One of the most vocal supporters was John Shmoo Shimuka, Sunny's longtime friend and fellow Hawaiian surfer. John, who had battled his own demons, often spoke publicly about the importance of checking in on each other. He was a fierce advocate for mental health in the surfing world and used Sunny's story to push the conversation further. Tragically, John took his own life in 2020, a devastating blow that underscored just how real this crisis is. You can find his heartbreaking story on our channel. The bond between Sunny and Shmoo and their shared struggles sparked a movement. Surfers began opening up, organizations formed. Silence was no longer the standard. This wasn't just about Sunny, it was about all of us. Coming up, beyond titles and records, the legacy Sunny Garcia left on surfing and on the hearts he touched. Sunny Garcia didn't just ride waves, he shaped the very soul of modern surfing. His aggressive, no-holds-barred style revolutionized how surfers approached heavy water. He brought a fierce Hawaiian pride to the world stage, reminding everyone that the roots of surfing run deep through Polynesian blood. To kids growing up on the islands, Sunny was proof that you didn't need polish or privilege, just passion and power. He mentored rising stars, fought for local surfers to get their shot, and never forgot where he came from. Whether it was sharing waves or life lessons, Sunny gave back. His voice, when he used it, carried weight. But his most powerful impact might be outside the water, putting mental health in the spotlight. Sunny's openness saved lives. It made other surfers realize it was okay not to be okay. Sunny didn't just fight waves. He made it okay to fight what's inside too. His story is now taught in surf schools, shared in documentaries, and remembered every time someone speaks up instead of staying silent. Next, our final thoughts on Sunny's journey, and a glimpse at where he might be now. Sunny Garcia's story is one of brilliance and brokenness, of victory and vulnerability. Because behind every gold medal might be a man drowning in silence. He ruled the surf world with unmatched force, then vanished into a silence that spoke volumes. But in that silence, he taught us something deeper, that even heroes hurt, and that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. His journey isn't just a cautionary tale, it's a call to action, to support one another, to speak up, to listen more, because behind every highlight reel is a human being. Next, where is Sunny Garcia now? Since his 2019 suicide attempt, updates about Sunny Garcia have been few and deeply guarded by his family. What we do know, he continues his journey through rehabilitation, surrounded by close friends and loved ones. In 2020, his daughter shared a photo, Sunny in a wheelchair, flashing a faint smile. It was more than just an image. It was a symbol of survival, of resilience in the face of unimaginable darkness. Occasionally, family members share encouraging notes, thanking supporters, celebrating small victories, and reminding the world that Sunny is still here, still fighting. His silence has become its own kind of presence, a reminder of the fragility behind the fame and the strength it takes to keep going, even in the shadows. As fans, as surfers, as people, we wait, we hope, and we carry his legacy forward by taking care of ourselves and each other. Maybe we'll hear his voice again, but until then, it's up to us to speak for him. If you or someone you know is struggling, reach out. You're not alone. If Sunny's story touched you, if it made you pause, reflect, or feel something real, don't let it end here. Too many voices are lost to silence. Too many stories go untold until it's too late. By clicking subscribe, you're not just supporting this channel, you're helping shine a light on the stories that matter, the ones that save lives. Share this video, leave a comment, reach out to a friend, start a conversation. Because silence can kill, but stories can save. Because somewhere out there, someone needs to hear this, and maybe you're the one who helps them hold on. Thank you for watching.